Hello and welcome to the Everyday Board Game Podcast with your host Daniel.
And Daniel.
Daniel, happy holidays still?
Yeah. On our third of 4 weeks.
That's
Actually,
right.
5 weeks, but the other week is just a bonus episode after Christmas.
Hey, that's our Christmas gift to you, listeners. Let me tell you.
They already got their Christmas gift. They're getting 2 bonus episodes this month.
That's right. We're going all out this month, aren't we? Normally we try, whenever we take, a week off or something, if, a vacation's happening, then we try to take, a week off. We get some backlog, right?
Yeah.
You and me were all right, we're going to take 1 week off. Let's do, 6 catch-up episodes.
There you go.
Bonus episodes. Just have backup, do a couple, little reviews here and there, whatever. Mm-hmm. And let's just fill in the criteria, just to make sure. Listeners of the podcast know that this is, if you're watching us live, this is the very first week of December when we're filming this live. To point that out, yep, it's still the first week. Well, is it?
No, it's the second week because the first week started Monday.
Yeah, it just started the first week. Barely.
We're in the second week. We're in the second day of the second week.
And this will be
this will be air a week from now.
Yeah.
So
you'll
be in the third week when this airs.
Exactly. So we have a still backlog. We have some more bonus stuff, but we actually combined 2 episodes today.
Yeah, it's basically our year in review of 2025. The 2 big things we talk about usually during the year is after Gamma, we talk about our anticipated games of the year. Yep. And then we also talk about our gaming goals. We're revisiting that right now because, we're probably not completely done with our goals, but we're pretty much can tell you if we're going to pass or fail within the next 3 weeks or so. Right,
exactly. And so a few weeks to work on those goals. Yeah. And realistically, if that's going to be possible. There's going to be some that it's if it didn't happen by now, it ain't happening.
Right? Yeah. There's quite a few that I'm like, those aren't happening.
Yeah, and there's even one on my anticipated games list that I was looking at that I might still be able to play, right? So we'll talk about those when we get there. But we're giving you a 2-for-1 today because that's how we roll. We like our listeners, and we're going to give you the extra content.
Plus, you wanted to stretch out the time.
Well, I've noticed these episodes in previous years, right? It's always just all right, here's our goal. We didn't do it. Oh, this one we did. But we didn't do it.
That's usually you. I make myself notes.
Right, no, I know. No, I'm not saying that we don't have stuff to talk about. It's just it's a lot of let me explain why I didn't do it. I'm sorry.
That's my thing I'll give excuses. That's about it.
Yeah. I mean, we'll give excuses. We'll explain why, but it's just because of that, even if we succeed at half of the stuff, that's only half of the stuff, and then the other 4 days we're we didn't do it because we didn't do it, or we didn't get to it. And then same with the anticipated list, right? Some of the games don't even come out. And
I'm looking at my anticipated list, and I think there is...
One of mine isn't even out yet.
There are several of mine that are not out yet.
Right.
And only one of them that I do have, I just haven't played it yet.
So no joke. 2 years ago, not this list, but I think 2023, we made an anticipated games list, and I put a game on that list. I think it did technically come out only in Europe, very small run. I actually looked at the Board Game Geek, and only 30 people have rated it.
Oh.
And finally, and I was on my anticipated games list in it might have actually been 2022 that I found out about it. I was like, oh, this sounds really cool. It sounds like my style of game. And nobody still has heard about it. So I'm like, I want to play that still.
Well, that's because you're the hipster in the board game. If it's popular, you hate it.
I mean, although I have played most of these. Most of them. We'll talk about
there's quite a few that I haven't played, but that's more because of not my fault kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So why not combine the 2 episodes? Instead of getting as much shame, we'll have about a full episode's worth of stuff we have accomplished.
Yeah, and also, you guys can still shame us in the comments.
Yes, please. Tell us why we're wrong. Tell us why we should have succeeded at what we succeeded, or played the games we should have played.
And it's also, we also have to talk with a caveat on this as well, is the fact of the matter is, we come up with 8 gaming goals.
Yeah, so these are New Year's resolutions. You know how people give themselves a New Year's resolution every year?
They give themselves one.
New Year's resolution? We're giving ourselves an octuplet? Come on. Give us credit where credit's due. We've succeeded. And some of them are pretty ambitious.
I think I succeeded on half of them at least, so I'm quite happy with that.
I have at least half of mine done as well. So and we'll tell you which ones we did and didn't do.
Yeah.
But yeah, and explain why.
But with that, how many pieces of news did you get? Because we have we have to do some news.
We got some news. Oh, I got some easy news, but something that just came out today, no less.
All right,
so
flip the coin of doom.
Here we go.
Why aren't you using the new one?
Where's the new one? Oh, this one. Our new coin of doom. Take a look at this chunky one. This is our second biggest? No, it's the same.
It's the same size, yeah.
A little thinner, but all right, here we go.
Makes a good sound.
Yeah, here we go. Ready? Ooh, listeners of the podcast. Wait, which one is this? That's heads? All right. I'm not used to it. So, hold it up to the camera. Hold it up to the camera. That's pretty sweet. So this is from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tales to Amaze. It's the coin. Yeah, Restoration Games. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
All right, my first piece of news is a new Phil Walker Harding game under the Joey line was just announced. This is called Wombat Poop, and it's a game of stacking poop cubes. I don't know anything about it other than it's stacking poop cubes. I could have read more, but it doesn't matter because
it's Phil Walker Harding.
And it's different shades of brown on the cubes, which is ridiculous.
Literally.
And I did see that there was at least 2 different types of cards where there's like a poop card and a wipe card. And I'm like, you don't need to tell me more.
We're going to play it. For one thing, it's Phil Walker Harding, and for a second thing, it's a poop game. I got a poop game right over here behind me.
Apparently, we really enjoy poop games.
Apparently. Like, Los Monfas.
Los Monfas. Night Soil is one we want to play.
Yeah, I have it right over here.
There's just so many that I've forgotten about. I was the one who showed you that wombat pooping game before.
Wombat Rescue.
Wombat Rescue.
We were also looking to see if we can find that. I don't remember the name of it, but it's the Roman where you're building like a poop.
Oh yeah.
Like a porta potty for Romans.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
and it's so ridiculous. But
we are adults.
I used to own Poop the card game, and that was one of the worst games I've ever played.
I'm not surprised.
I know it's a pretty crappy game. But not joke aside, it was really bad, and I don't recommend it.
We're getting off topic after you start.
Yeah, Wombat Poop, Joey Games. This is their 4th one, technically, in their boxed line. I think they did also, there was a Koala Rescue. And they did ones with Postmark Games.
Oh, yeah, because I was like, this is the 5th one in the actual Joey lines. Right. Because didn't they release 4 Kickstarters? Busy Beaks.
Yes.
Scribbly Gum and the other ones, and so now they have this new one. Is it good? Oh, no, because
it's big Squiggly Gums and there's the food one.
Oh yeah, past the party game, the something like that, and you're avoiding the dog. Yeah, I have all 4 over there, or
I
3.
Know. I need to get those. Yeah. Those are on my wish list. So.
Well, maybe it'll be part of the Kickstarter because it looks like it's going to have physical components, so it might be like a Kickstarter crowdfunding thing.
More than likely. Yep, cool.
All right, my first bit of news is also dealing with crowdfunding. This is.
I thought you were about to say also dealing with poop games.
Also deals with crowdfunding. This is a big news. I talked about it last month. Kickstarter has ended their worker strike. They ended it on the 13th of November. It was a 42-day strike in total. They codified the 4-day work week with possible changes to a 5-day, but they need to get legal notification from Kickstarter to change it back to a 5-day work week. So they codified their 4-day work weeks. They also established a salary floor with bonuses and are getting a 6% increase in their salary as well. And they also got the main thing that they wanted, AI protections for their jobs. So good on them on that strike, and good on them for ending it without any disruption for the everyday person.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Cool. The next piece of news I want to talk about is Dice Throne just recently sent out some of their fulfillment updates for their most recent games. Dice Throne Vanguard and Dice Throne Outcast, their 2 new campaigns. And they said that this has been a new personal record for them, that the fastest from Kickstarter to fulfillment, which is incredibly fast. And I remember their Outcast Kickstarter was just a few months ago. I think it was September or something. And then
it wasn't that long ago. I think it was summer, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean that one still has a while to come back, but the Vanguard's one, that you had to have your pledge manager done by I think June or so, June or July. And so from summertime to December, and they're fulfilling already. Yeah. Props to them. They also announced a new game, a new character, the Alchemist, and they're going to start doing single pack lines. I think that's the first one. I don't know if it's a reprint. of one. I looked into it. I don't think it's a remake of a previous character that was already in there, but you're going to be able to buy single characters for like $17-$18 and play them straight on.
Nice.
So props to them.
It sounds interesting. Like we've discussed in our group, I have the X-Men, I have the Marvel one. I don't need anything. Maybe if they do another like Marvel universe or something like that within those universes, I'll get them. But I don't need all the extra. I have the Santa and Krampus, as you can see right behind my shoulder there. I don't need much more. I don't play it all that often. I like it best at 2 players, and we don't really play a lot of 2-player games. So, but I do enjoy the mess out of those games. I think they're fantastic. In fact, spoiler. You got to go listen to what happened in our most recent top 8 debate earlier this month.
That's right.
Dice Thrones did really well.
There you go.
All right, my next piece of news is also a little bit of a sad bit of news. It was announced Wise Wizards was going to have some layoffs. Friend of the podcast, which was a project director, Danielle Reynolds, was laid off, as well as another big name in the industry. I just forgot to write it down here. But they laid off multiple members of their full-time staff. They're starting to fulfill overdue Kickstarter campaigns, and this is going to be helping them to streamline the funding into that aspect and getting those Kickstarters out to everybody. So they are starting to finish that up, as well as a lot of it has to deal with what every board game company is dealing with, the rising of the tariff costs and the volatility of them, because they go from 10% to 30% to 150% down to 50%. You just never know how much chunk you're going to take out of because whatever the mood is at that time. Right. So...
and it's not as of when you print the game or place the order.
It's when it comes into port.
It's when it comes into port, right?
Yeah, so like, they're struggling with that. A lot of people are dealing with it. They just had, like I said, a massive layoff. Multiple full-time staff has been let go, including someone we've had on this podcast before, who is a fantastic game designer. Yeah.
Bummer. But speaking of new games, I still have a few more announcements. Really, I'm just announcing new games.
Yeah. About,
the next one I want to talk about is from Postmark Games. That's Matthew Dunstan and I want to say Brett J. Gilbert, but I might be wrong. I know Matthew Dunstan is for sure one of the main guys.
I think it's just him, and I think he works with Gilbert.
Yeah, more than likely. So Postmark Games, they do Kickstarters and crowdfunding for games that can be printed at home. And that's why they call Postmark Games, because you could just, it's a postmark, right? It's a thing. And so previously they had made a game that used a deck of cards. Well, now they have a new one. Previously it was 52 Realms. Now they have a new one in that line of using a deck of cards. In addition to it, it is 24 Duels. It's a head-to-head battler with a deck of cards, and all you have to do is print out a sheet or two. They have stylized characters that look like playing cards, obviously, and different things will do it. It looks like kind of like a hand management kind of thing.
Okay.
One of the things that I got from the preview of it was like you have to really be considerate of like, well, you have to use cards to deal with other cards, and if you've recycled certain ones, like, well, which face cards have you done? What suits are you needing? Like you need to be aware of what you're using and what you're able to use later on. So it looks really, really interesting. I was really impressed with 52 Realms. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And yeah, I very much will probably back this one. I mean, it's also only like $6. So that's the price to be in like the pledge level for any other company, right?
Yeah,
so why not?
Yeah.
So there you go. Postmark Games, 24 Duels.
All right, and then my next bit of news is one that actually intrigued me. I got an email for it because I've also done Kickstarters for this company and crowdfunding for this company, and it's the one that kind of intrigued me based on the theme on it, even though it's a farming theme. Shocking. I'm not really happy with farming theme. Well, I don't dislike them, but they've overwrought.
Yeah, they're fine.
But this one intrigues me based on how this went about. This is the new Stoneblade Kickstarter crowdfunding that is going to be coming, I think, next year. I do follow it on GameFound, so.
Okay.
But I think it is going to be next year. It is called Grass Fed, a farm to tabletop game is the full name of it. It is a new deck builder from a first-time designer and a co-design with Justin Gary of Stoneblade fame, Ascension. What is the other one that?
There's a whole bunch.
But it's Ascension and the other one from Stoneblade.
Yeah,
Shards of Infinity.
Shards of Infinity. That's it.
Yep. It is a theme on regenerative farming. So for people who don't know what regenerative farming is, basically a farm that self-sustains itself. So they take the poop of the animals and turn it into the fertilizer as well. And then they also a lot of times work with local restaurants, the farm to table restaurants. And so a very self-sustaining farm where they're not having a massive carbon footprint on the planet. It is designed by a first-time designer of Grant Jones, I think is what I wrote down here. I had to scribble this down real quick. But he is a regenerative farmer, and his wife paid for a special thing up in Seattle for a gift for him because he had an idea for a game, and she paid for him where he can get a consulting thing with Stoneblade, and Stoneblade was like, there's something here, and then they started working with him and got it together, and now it will be going to GameFound next year to be turned into a physical game, and a portion of your Kickstarter or your crowdfunding will go to regenerative farming charities or something like that. So cool. that intrigues me a lot too. The theme on it is intriguing. Kind of looks like Dominion, where there's a market that you can buy from rather than a river market. So that also intrigues me a little bit. So it looks cool. I'm always a fan of deck building. I want more bag buildings, as we were talking about last week, but this still intrigues me a lot.
Yeah, very cool. All right, my last piece of news is the newest announcement from the Tiny Epic line, Tiny Epic Invincible. Based off of the Invincible IP, you and I just played a game. If you listen to last week's episode, you know that we played Invincible, the hero building game.
Bag building.
What's that?
The bag building one?
Yeah, the bag building one. Yeah, and so this is now a new Tiny Epic game set in the Invincible universe. They had just done Game of Thrones, and so I was actually really impressed with the Game of Thrones one.
This is the second IP now that they've done, right?
Yes.
Because Game of Thrones is the first one. I don't think that any of the other ones had an IP on
I don't believe so, no. So Tiny Epic Game of Thrones, I believe, is the first IP. This is the second one. Yeah. And honestly, the Game of Thrones one was something I was really impressed with. Like, it had this really cool dice placement action selection mechanism that was really clever. And so Scott Alms is designing this as well, as he has with all of the Tiny Epics. I don't know anything about the Invincible universe other than what I understood from the game that you and I played, which just sounds like it's a complete Marvel knockoff in my opinion. But, again, I know nothing about the universe, so I don't actually know that.
It is not a Marvel knockoff. I haven't really watched into the show, but I know some of it.
Yeah, feel free to clarify, because I'm superheroes. It's cool.
It has some superhero abilities, but it deals with, like, family members and stuff like that, because we didn't see him, because we only played the first scenario. Omni-Man is the big guy on that one, and it leads to certain things. So it looks intriguing. I do want to start the show. I just haven't started it yet because me and my wife have been watching like Stranger Things and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah.
And so I'll end up watching it here.
Let me know how it ends. And then
it's one of those where the game, it might actually get me into it because I liked what the game did, the bag building one. So we'll see.
Yeah, it was hotness a few years ago, like when it first was announced.
Well, here's the thing: is that Invincible is like really hot right now because. Indie Boards and Cards has the license. Skybounds has the license. Direwolf has the license. Now Tiny Epic has the license. Everybody's making an Invincible game now.
Yeah, why not, right? Like Marvel could be all stingy they want, right? Disney could be stingy, whatever. All those IP companies, they could be stingy. That's fine. Invincible's like, let people see it.
Have fun.
Figure it out. Like, it'll be good. And so actually no, this is the second IP game from the Tiny Epic line. This is not the second IP game from Gamelin.
Well, yeah.
Because they also did Last Kingdom.
Oh, Last Kingdom, that one too.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, Gamelin does understand how to implement an IP. Yeah. I'm just curious how this is going to be. And I have all the Tiny Epics, and I enjoy them all. So, sure, I'll play another one. Why not?
You enjoy them all.
Huh?
Sure, you enjoy them all.
I enjoy most of them.
Yeah,
the vast majority of them.
Tiny Epic Westerns is all I got to say.
I didn't love that one. I didn't love that one.
Yeah.
Here's rant began. Here's the problem with it, and here's the problem with every Western game. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Although Western Legends pulled it off well, because this is the only one that did this well. Here's the problem with Western games. Sure, poker was a thing people in the West did. Yep. Stereotypically, poker was a big thing. Playing cards were common. People cheated at it. that is a small fraction of what Western culture really is.
And that's why Western Legend did it really well, because there's a small fraction of the game that you can deal with.
It is a small fraction of the game. Like, a Western game that doesn't have, like, poker as this massive, like, mechanism in it, you don't have to. Like 3,000 Scoundrels is a good example of that. Like, why are you playing cards with suits? Like, that has nothing to... Anyway, sorry. Rant over. I'm just saying it doesn't need to have playing cards and all of it. As much as I love playing cards, that's why I didn't like Tiny Epic Westerns, is because it's like you're using part of a deck as like this, playing like a mini gin rummy poker thing going on. Like, how does that help you herd cattle? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
anyway. Going into my last bit of news here, Fantasy Flight actually announced quite a bit in their in-flight report, and I think they did this at PAX U instead of Gen Con, so that is going to be the new home for the in-flight reports now, from my understanding. The big thing about this, not much other than a lot of their LCG stuff like that, but the one thing that intrigued me a lot is they're going to be starting crowdfunding, I believe, next year. There's not a lot of information about this one, but they're going to be crowdfunding what they're calling the Vault series. And what they're talking about is they are going to be crowdfunding older games that are in their vault, or basically out of print stuff, that they may or may have not licensed to anymore. Maybe they're going to do something like they did with Battlestar Galactica and reprint like Unfathomable on there. Maybe they'll do something like that with Fury of Dracula and print something onto that IP aspect of it. But they are doing older games back to reprint, so maybe something like Eldritch Horror or the original Arkham Horror that people love, or not really their Warhammers, but maybe something in the TI line like they did.
Which a lot of those are common lines now. Sorry to interrupt. But yeah, I mean, they had hundreds of games before.
Blue Moon City is another one they could probably
like
bring back.
That a lot of people haven't heard of or really seen, right? You know, so like that's a really intriguing thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting, kind of how like Disney puts things away in the vault and they're bringing it back. And honestly, I think this is the best use of a major company using for crowdfunding. I'm not a big fan of big companies using crowdfunding the way like Queen Games use it as a pre-order system. This one makes a little bit more sense to me, because this is just saying, like, hey, if there's demand for this, pick which ones you want, pay what you want. We're still funding it all, and then we can go to the printer with all the money for everything here. But now we know what kind of print run we want to do for these games. Yeah. So I think this is a smart use of it. We have these IPs. People want them back. They're clamoring for it. Let's try this out and see how it goes. And I can see if this is successful, other companies doing this as well, going to crowdfunding to bring back some of their older stuff that has demand, but they just don't really have the funds to keep moving forward. Yep. With that being said, that's pretty cool. Fantasy Flight announcing the Vault series.
All right, so let's get into today's topic. As we said at the top of the episode, gaming goals and anticipated games. So we don't always get to play all of our anticipated games, because whether they're out yet or whether we've gotten around to it is one thing. Yeah. We still have about 3 weeks here. Maybe a little bit more.
I think, in all honesty, there's only one logistically on the anticipated games list that I could play by the end of this year.
I think there's 1.5 of them.
For me, it's just one.
There's 1.5 for me, and I'll go into it when I get to it.
Yep.
But as far as the goals, there's one that is still pending, and I will explain why that is here in a bit. So, let's start off with our first one, our number 8, and that'll be me. So, as far as the gaming goals, the first one I want to say, and I said this at the top of the episode, I knew this was the ambitious one. I wanted to break some kind of board gaming world record, or be part of like some way breaking it. I had a plan in place that I was already working on. I had submitted it to Guinness that year, or earlier this year, and I was just waiting for their thing, because there's a whole situation on how you have to prove something with Guinness World Records. Now, it doesn't mean I can't do it. That's just I just knew that if I wanted to make it official like that, I should get it really cool, and then I can use the fact that this is what we're doing to help drive it. And I was going to actually have a big charity event for it. Yeah. So I had the plans in place. Unfortunately, Guinness said, "Nah, we're just not going to do it." Like, Guinness, not again. This is why I don't drink. But so yeah, I didn't break a world record this year.
Honestly, I just learned that just recently this year that Guinness, the beer, is tied to the Guinness World Record. Same family.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not. Guinness is a very popular Irish name.
No, okay, sure.
They
Yeah.
were
No,
that
okay,
one
that's
family is
fine.
branched off.
I'm not going to get on your case about it. I'm just saying, like,
I did not know that until this year.
Okay, no, that's So I submitted that request, and there's a whole panel situation. It takes multiple months. I didn't even hear about it till like summertime that they're like, no, we're gonna pass on this for now. And actually, I emailed them back because they were like, I was like, hey, can you clarify this? And they're like, actually, we didn't pass on it. We just need more information that we're gonna be looking into. And I still haven't heard anything. So maybe it approved. I don't know, and I just hadn't heard anything. But it's really weird.
Or you didn't read your email all the way through. BGG Con all over again.
But as far as my anticipated games goes, this one is a 50-50. I both succeeded and have not succeeded at this one. Do you remember why?
Anticipated games?
Yeah.
No.
So this was my cheat one because I was anticipating technically 4 games. It was part of the Min Imp series. And 2 of them are currently out right now. One of which I had played prior to them being released because, again, bias aside, I am the designer of one of those. But the other one was by Luc Raymond, and this was Last Minute, which you and I played. It's a bomb defusal real-time game. We like Fuse. That's a bomb defusal real-time game. That's a really fun setting for a real-time game, I think. So we played it, had a lot of fun with it. Overall, pretty good. Props to Luc Raymond for it. And so that is 2 of the first 4 that have been announced for that series that are out now. So the other ones are Mayor of Chicago and Frygard, I think. No, Carnivore. Yeah, Frygard.
Yeah, because it's the Knizia one.
Yeah, because Carnivore is the Mark Anikis brand. I think it's on a separate line. Yeah. But regardless, yeah, the Rhino Knizia one, Frygard, those should be coming out earlier this next year, in which case I will play it then. So there you go. Midnight series and breaking a world record.
All right, my number 8s are, first off, my gaming goal, play 200 unique games. That was a success. And in fact, play 283 different games this year.
Oh, wow.
Partially, it's a good mix of new and old games, which I do enjoy. I forgot to put down the date that I finished it on, but I think it was like in middle August, maybe September when I hit the 200, and then I added more as we were going. I think it was actually closer to October. And also...
That's significant.
Yeah, so we hit quite a bit. Like I said, I hit 283 total. Yep. There is a possibility I'll get more of this by the year's end, but on average, I could possibly hit 300 by the end of the year. But hey, that just smashes the 200 unique. Mind you, it also did help that we were playing on Board Game Arena, and I do count my plays on that because it is literally the board game itself. And so... yeah, I was able to hit 283 new games on that one, so I consider that a smashing success.
There you go.
All right.
Success.
In my number 8 anticipated game was DC United. And I gave this one a success, but it's a partial success. I have not received my DC United Kickstarter. It hasn't fulfilled yet. And we all know for once, I just realized I didn't have to talk about CMON news this month. I broke the streak.
Wow, finally. And yeah, Sora's right. That is early in the year. That is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like, right after summer is done.
Yeah, and so DC United, I did enjoy it because they did bring out a standalone copy. You can kind of see it right over my shoulder next to Ninja Turtles over there. It is Batman DC United, or I think it's called DC Superheroes United.
Yep.
We played the Batman Hush series that was actually given to me as a birthday gift from Gamehead Geek. And man, it was fun. I do enjoy the United system, so that was going to be a given. But I also liked using the gadgets based on our characters, doing their own thing. It is very tough, especially for a starter set, especially for the starter one that they make you go through. I played it at 2 players and 4 players and still haven't beat that starter one because the way Superman enrages and how we got to do it before Poison Ivy gets back and around basically the clock, it is rough. But it was fun, and I do enjoy the mess out of it. DC Superheroes United.
Very cool. Now going into our number 7s. That's me again. This coin likes me today. Mm-hmm. All right, and now that I've said that, I'll be Daniel from here on out.
Oh, I'll be Daniel no matter what.
My gaming goal, yes, true. My gaming goal, my number 7 gaming goal was one that spawned because of just a joking thing that you and I used to do on our Instagram, where we would go to locations and play games that are themed off of that location. We started out both with the same game, playing Seaside, literally at Seaside. Mine was on a beach, yours was on a cruise.
I was literally at sea.
You were at sea, I was I was watching my son play in the ocean while he took a break, and we sat there in the sand and played it. Like, so Seaside was a great response to that. So I thought, I wonder how cool it would be to play 3 games in their respective location.
Mm-hmm.
Well, boys and girls, I'm proud to say that I have done that this year. If you saw our Instagram, you saw the 3 successes. First off was a game called Slide Blast by Foxmine Games, and that was at a water park. Well, not a water park, but a pool
water
with
slides.
Water slides there. There's a few water slides. It's a little complex, and I got that in the background as we were playing. Thankfully, my kids were mostly dry by that time, so they played it with me. Second one was a game called Mega Jackpot, a slot machine themed game. There is a local casino that's not too far from us. Well, I say local, it's like an hour and a half drive.
I was going to say, it's not that local.
Now, before you think I got in trouble, I did not play it in the casino, but there is a restaurant that is literally inside the casino. You have to go through the casino to get to the restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I played it in that.
It's a casino resort.
Yeah.
If it's the one in the mountain town rather than the one down by the border.
No, it's one on the highway.
Okay,
that goes through. Yeah, so it's like the smaller casino. But there's the
good.
restaurant inside of it that you literally have to pass through the casino to get to the restaurant. We played that, and the casino, like all the slot machines were in the background and everything. Yeah. So played that. And then my final one, which I'm pretty proud of, Great Western Trail El Paso. Yep, Great Western Trail El Paso, which I literally played in a steakhouse in El Paso, called the Great American Steakhouse. So you have Great, you have El Paso, and you're driving cattle. I was eating them. So 3 games in their respective locations. Roaring success.
Right. And just to go back to my number 8 real quick, it was October 22nd when I completed.
Oh, you found out.
Yeah.
Cool. Now,
it was quick, easy to find. So
even though I succeeded at my gaming goal, I have yet to have completed playing this game. My number 7. You own a copy from my number 7 anticipated game, Ham Helsing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm assuming this will be on your list. I don't know, but
no, it wasn't on my list.
Okay, so if we do end up playing this in the next few weeks,
that's possible.
Which is possible.
Yeah,
I'm not holding my breath, but it's possible. Yep. Then I will get off my list.
Yeah, because I ended up picking it up while we were at BGGCon in November. So
yeah, and it looks cool. I mean, it's like Horrified but with special abilities, and you can upgrade your characters. Like, dope.
And it has acrylic standees. Yeah.
Man, Justin DeWitt, Fireside Games, you guys know what's up. All right, so I haven't played it yet, but hopefully I will soon.
All right, my number 7 and our goals revisited. I said I wanted to support friendly local game stores every time I left town, and this was a success. The only city I did not support when we were visiting was Orlando, and it's just kind of hard to find a board gaming location anywhere near the parks.
There's really not.
There's not in that area.
Really not.
And we didn't have a car for us to go drive. We flew out there. We took Uber, or they actually had shuttles that we used for both those parks, so that's the main thing we did. So yeah, we didn't have... Orlando is the only one I didn't hit. I consider this a success because I hit in Chicago, Colorado Springs, Denver, Dallas, Tucson, Phoenix at one point in time. So I've hit multiple of these places. I love going into local stores. I love supporting these local stores. I've gotten some really good games at these local stores and hard to find ones too.
Yeah.
So that always helps me out a lot. Yeah, and the one I say in Dallas technically wasn't. We didn't go to a physical Dallas store, but it was the company that actually had. They were
the exhibitor booth,
one of the exhibitor booths. That is the local store, which was Grounded Games.
Yeah.
So I ended up picking a couple games from them as well.
Yeah.
One of which I can finally access that we could probably play Wednesday.
Cool.
So
all right.
That was a success to me. And my number 7 anticipated game is one I haven't played, but I do actually have a copy of this one. It's just a campaign game, and I wanted to finish some more of the campaign games that I have going on before I start this one. And this is Flashpoint Legacy of Flame. There's just other stuff that I'm trying to finish, which we'll get into when we go back into the gaming goals, because that was a very important one for me as well. It still looks good. The reviews on it are a bit iffy, but I still want to try it out. I do own it. I want to give it a shot and see. I do enjoy Flashpoint. It's a fair game. I wanted to see what they did with the legacy on it. Cool. Still haven't played it yet, though.
Awesome. Our number 6s. Here we go.
Hey, I
Back
finally
to
get to do one.
Now that I called it.
All right. My number 7 goal was read books on board gaming, whether they're books based off like IPs that Fantasy Flight was doing for a little while, as well as SEMA, and I think they did some. I read a comic book, but I'm still considering this a fail. I'm halfway. I haven't finished Mind Management, and this is where I got the idea of. But I also was thinking about doing some, reading some design ones. I know our friend Brad Talton had one, as well as I know Daniel Solis had one.
Yes.
The only problem with this one, I knew this was ambitious for me because I'm very much a mood reader, and if I'm not in the mood to read, I will not touch a book.
You tend to stick with fiction, right? So you don't tend to branch into nonfiction as much.
I like fiction a lot. I have read a lot of nonfiction. Yeah. I probably read more nonfiction than maybe the rest of our group is, except for maybe you.
Yeah, but that is my bread and butter for sure.
But the thing about it is, when I do go into my nonfiction phase, it's autobiographies, it's history, all these different stuffs. And so it's more like I want to learn on a topic. And that's when I go into nonfiction. And it's just, I'm a massive mood reader. So like right now, I have a shelf of shame that I haven't touched in a while just because I haven't been in the mood to read. I'd rather do board gaming. I'd rather do video gaming. I'd rather just watch something on TV. It's weird. It's just how I always been. Probably in the beginning of the year, it'd be like, for 6 months or 3 months, I'm just going to read. It's just how it goes sometimes.
Yep.
So, yeah, that is a fail, unfortunately. I may try it again sometime. It's one of those things where I'm just in a mood reader and I want to read what I want to read at times. And my number 6 on the anticipated games list is not my fault that I haven't played because it hasn't arrived yet. It's actually been a little bit delayed. I don't think it's actually been fully print or it's barely getting on boats right now. And this is Western Legends Story. We were talking about its predecessor. I love Western Legends. I love that theme. This is a legacy version of Western Legends. It was crowdfunded. It hasn't arrived. It still looks really, really fun to me. We saw bits and pieces of it on different aspects of it. I think we saw a little bit of it when we went to Gamma, not this year, but the year before, because they were kind of showing it off before we went into crowdfunding. Still haven't got to play it yet because, again, it hasn't arrived. I will get to play it, but probably not till 2026.
Cool. All right, my number 6. This first one I knew was very ambitious, and I was like, it depends because of how busy our schedules both are, and I knew I wanted to do this partly with you.
Yeah.
But my goal was to create a system to review game stores, which was a success, but to also review every store in New Mexico. We have done all the ones in Albuquerque, but sans one of them. Because of the hours were just terrible. And we did all the ones in Albuquerque. We're still working on the video. We'll be uploading that at some point soon because we're talking over how we want to do that. And we've done a few of the local ones that are more southern.
We also did one to our east. We tried to do another one in east, but weather prevented us from doing that as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, we did 2 to our east.
Exactly. And also, my number 6, as far as anticipated games goes, is Fountains. We played that over at the Board Game Geek Con. Fountains was a lovely little tile laying game. I was very excited because I like tile laying. It's a clever drafting system. We played it. You enjoyed it, right?
I enjoyed the mess out of it. Yeah. It actually went on one of my Christmas lists.
Great components. The op is
I didn't know how they can make foam core so good.
Oh, right. Yeah, foam core components actually as part of the components as the tiles. It really makes sense as far as 3D. So I really enjoyed that. It was anticipated. It's probably going to go up there. I don't know how high it'll jump on my top 100 if it does, but I really did enjoy it. So that's Fountains. And now to our number 5. Man, that does have a great ring to it.
I'm telling you. Ooh. All right, my number 5 goal revisited was working on my campaign goals. And this is a partial success because I have worked on a lot of my, not in this group, we played one. Our group is...
Which one?
Campaign games. Working on my campaign games. In this group, we played once on our campaign. One campaign.
No, twice. We played Risk Legacy twice this year.
We played it once.
I thought we played it twice this year.
Nope, we've only played it once, and it was when I had the extra pick.
Oh,
yeah, because you made me lose a pick. You're like, you can take my next pick, and I'm like, fine, I'm gonna make you play one game, and then we'll do Risk Legacy.
Fair enough.
But I have worked on a lot of my campaigns. We're about halfway through our Lord of the Rings trick-taking game. We have finished Ticket to Ride Legacy. We're about to start up a boss fight in Gloomhaven, so we'll see what happens there. But Gloomhaven, there is so much to that. I don't know when we're going to be able to end that one.
Yeah.
And I want to get Frosthaven to the table, but we're constantly working on Gloomhaven.
Yeah.
We've got to be far in there. There's a lot of stickers on our board. A lot of places have been closed off to us, so we'll see what happens. In fact, Gloomhaven, I was looking at my statistics, not this year, but like total, it's my highest play game ever.
Ever. Wow.
There's like 80 game plays on it.
Wow, that's impressive.
And so there's that, and that's just Gloomhaven itself. We're not even counting like Jaws of the Lion and stuff like that.
Right.
But we have played that. We got to work on Charterstone again, but we've gotten almost done with Role Player Adventures. That's another one we were doing. We're halfway through Vagrant Song's Little Boss Battler story. That one's going well. So yeah, we've worked through our campaigns in my other game group. In fact, what we do is like if I take games one week, then I just do campaign games the next week and so forth. And that's helped us get through our games.
Yep.
But yeah, working on those have been good. Like I said, it's a partial success. Now going to my number 5 anticipated game, which is one I haven't played. In my defense, this just came out. I haven't been able to pick up a copy of mine. I think we barely saw it in stores in October, maybe?
Probably.
End of October when we did our last Bookman run. This was Dungeons & Dragons Builders of Baldur Gates.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like brand spanking.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Yep.
We barely saw it in the stores. It's a Matthew Dustin's game. It looks good. A little busy board.
Sure.
Very Euro-heavy mechanistic-wise.
Yep.
I'm still interested in playing it. It's not getting the greatest of reviews, but it looks okay. I want to try this one out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just came into stores.
Cool. All right, my number 6. First,
Five.
Number 5, my apologies. For gaming goal is an absurd one.
What else is new with you?
My goal was to roll all of my dice. And I have succeeded at this.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, listeners, if you follow us on Instagram, you'll see the video that I posted. So,
do not listen to it with headphones.
Oh, yeah, that sound, that's a sound. I was showing some people, and I had it on, like, maybe 2% volume, like 2 bars of volume, right? As opposed to, like, I don't know, whatever, 15 bars, whatever it shows. And I was showing it to somebody, and it swells of sound. It just gets louder and louder and louder as all those dice are. So what we did is we went through all of the games in my collection, extracted 3,150 dice on the nose. That was all of the custom dice that were in all those games, and some non-custom that we'd be able to like part out and whatnot.
Yep.
And we rolled every single die from one bucket. It was ridiculous. I got to film from multiple camera angles. It was just silly, good fun. And it took me probably about 4 or 5 days of like good solid, like extra, like multiple hours a day, just sorting them back out into their collections. That was a really ridiculous fun project.
Do you still have orphans?
Huh?
Do you still have orphans?
One. We have a single die that I couldn't find out where it went back to. It is a like dark blue or purple D4.
Nice.
That's all I know. Like so, when I eventually play that game,
I finally played that one.
Oh yeah, that one I still don't know where that die is, but I think that might have been prior to the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I might need to get.
We're talking about Push for people that don't know. It's like right here on my desk.
There's a single die in it, and I don't know what happened to that. I don't even think I had it in the collection, but regardless of that. Anyway, 3,150 dice. It's ridiculous. All rolled at once. It was great.
And yes, Sora, he did tell you about that. Hopefully, he doesn't make you listen to that video.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
If you do, put it on mute.
Yeah. Then, my number 5, it is not out yet. So I have not got a chance to play it yet. It is Misfit Heroes from AEG. I was really excited to do it.
It was supposed to be out this year.
Yeah, it was supposed to be out this year, but it's card crafting from Phil Walker Harding. AEG makes good stuff. I'm not pushing it to be out any sooner than it needs to be. When it's out, it'll be out. We'll play it then. Cool.
All right. Now on to our number 4.
Here we go. That's me. My number 4 is... I'm going to let the listeners decide whether I succeeded at this or not.
Well, you failed.
Okay. Well, there we go. No, so my goal was to mega upgrade a game. And I believe I did in one aspect. Because my original
we've had
intent...
this discussion.
Yeah, you and I was talking about it. I was like, I don't know... I believe I count it, right? But here's how it works. So... If you heard earlier on my podcast of anticipated games, I talked about the Min Imp series. Well, my game Ravel, the board game that was the first in that line, it has a cover where it has like a red little contraption. And the idea of the game is that, you're manipulating dice and you're completing cards. And this contraption kind of looks like an Enigma machine that embodies that idea. So it has on there this little icon of like, you're looking weird at it, but Antikythera mechanism, is that
That's better because it does not look anything like an Enigma machine.
Right. Okay. Maybe not. But it's supposed to be like this weird, strange, like artifact machine that you found, right? And it's kind of like postmodern. I don't know. It's weird. But so it has this icon on it that the artist Christine Alcouf, who just fantastic job on it, made this art for it. But on the cover, it has little dice on it, or little cubes in where the dice would go. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, I was like, that looks kind of cool. And some people say it's like, the components are very small for the box, even though it's a small box, it's tiny components. So I was like, okay, I wonder if I could recreate that. So I went into some 3D graphing software, and I actually designed a carrying case for this game, for my solo game, that actually functions as it looks on the cover. So you can actually open it up, you take the components out, and you use the top of the box to actually place your dice, and you put the cards around it. I personally think, and then I 3D printed it, so I have a couple of copies of it. I personally think that's a pretty big mega upgrade, turning the box into like a functional representation of what the icon looks like.
Sure.
Again, I can't think of too many other reasons like that wouldn't count, but I am biased because it is a game I designed.
Yep.
So take that as you will. But as far as that goes, I did also get some upgraded pieces for a lot of games I do own. But I don't know if I would get to the point where I'm like, oh, I have these amazing custom, like, acrylic pieces or, like, handmade bits and, like, and all these different parts were upgraded by different things, probably not to that level. The best I could say is that I got some 3D bits and some extra add-ons for Sky Team. So now it has actual switches that are physically in the board.
Yeah.
So I could go left and right, so that's cool. It's some good
says
tactility.
You did.
Yeah. But because Sora, you've seen the actual 3D one, so yeah, I mean it's. I think I consider that a mega upgrade as far as the smallest game I could have upgraded. Honestly, and the most over the top upgrade I could do for it.
It makes sense because again, when we were talking about it too, you didn't publish the game. You designed the game, but it came from a publisher and you upgraded.
And I didn't design that like style of box. Like it was an artistic representation. I'm like, okay, I can build off of that. When you thought
of this game, it was way under a different mechanism or a theme. So
different theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give it to you, but I'd like to give you grief about it because you went out and did your own game that you designed.
Now hold on, I am still working on another upgrade that would absolutely count if I finish before the end of the year, which might be worth an incentive for me to do it. I will come back on and let people know about it.
Okay.
Cool. So I'll put a little asterisk next to that one, and then the game, my number 4 game, is a game by Matt Leacock from Happy Camper Games. This is 4 Doors.
Oh, yeah.
It is essentially Forbidden Island, the card game.
Okay.
And it's really cool. It's really clever. It's a little clunky. There are some points on it where I'm like, okay, that could be streamlined in a different way. But more or less, that is what it is. It is an amazing components, though. Like the cards, like I love how when you get to the top of the lighthouse, if you light the lighthouse, which you need all 4 artifacts to do, to show that they're active, you flip them to their other side, and it's foiled on one side. So it looks like they have this radiant glow coming from them. It's beautiful. And it's a clever little game, cooperative. I think up to 5 players, maybe 4, are playing on this track, trying to deal with the shadows of the different artifacts, get the artifacts, trade in the right number of cards, and then once they've unlocked all of them, light the lighthouse. I've played it a few times since then, beaten it once with my son, who I'll be talking about here in a little bit. Right. So 4 Doors, pretty proud of it. I like it.
All right, my number 4 goal is a failure, and I'll explain why here in a minute. But my goal was to try to live stream more gameplay. Now, we've done this once, but we haven't done it since. We did a 2-player game day where it was just you and me, and we live streamed it then. Yeah. I do want to try to do it more. In fact, on my wife's Christmas list, I asked her for another camera like the one I have here, and a tripod for said camera for I could put it on our table without taking away our table space. And that was the big problem. It's kind of hard for me to do it 4-player wise, because I'd have to take table space away for us. So we couldn't live stream like Civolution.
Right. Oh, no.
So it's that kind of thing. I do want to get a better network. Mind you, it's also going to be doing it in my dining room. So it's kind of hard. That's where my gaming table is. Mm-hmm. But looking into trying to get that where I can do it as a more successful thing. Maybe the guys will be okay with it. We've seen them on the podcast, like our Wednesday game night, start filming some of the games that we're playing and see how it goes. But yeah, my goal was to live stream more. We've only did it once. We're going to try to do it more. We'll see. It's just kind of the thing. I also had to get my laptop up and running again too, because I have to do that remotely.
Yep.
So yeah, so it's a failure for me. Did do it once at least. But I wanted to do it more. And then my number 4 game, you've already mentioned it. It hasn't arrived. My number 4 was Misfit Heroes from AEG. It was crowdfunded. It's Phil Walker Harding card crafting game. I do want to play it. It just hasn't arrived yet. And I'm looking forward to when it does arrive. Because I really do like Phil Walker Harding games. And I want to see how he does a take. Because most of the card crafting stuff is coming from John DeClaire, who is also a fantastic designer.
Yeah.
I want to see how Phil Walker Harding takes this.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be nifty no matter how it's done.
Yeah.
All right, on to our number 3s.
Okay, and starting with me, my number 3 goal was partially a success. And I'll explain here and why. I wanted to do more reviews and/or game shows on our YouTube channel. Now, mind you, we've done more reviews. We haven't recorded any game shows for the years. But what we have done, and this is why I consider it a success or a partial success, is we've given you a lot more extra episodes.
Yes.
We just given you the BGG recap. If we're in a 5-week cycle, we give a bonus episode that we also release on the podcast side of the thing. We've done a spoiler cast for Ticket to Ride Legacy of the West.
Yep.
We've done several videos that we didn't promise you to, not do the game shows because we had fun doing something completely different, like a spoiler cast, like our BGG Gone recap, like our one of the other extra episodes we've done. You're going to get another one at the end of this year as well.
More reviews and all that
stuff.
Yeah.
So, and we've done reviews, several reviews compared to what we've done throughout the year. So that's why I said I considered a success because of the fact that even though we didn't do more game shows, we also did extra episodes that we've also released in audio form as well.
Very good.
And wait, I got to do my anticipated game. I
was agreeing. Very good.
All right, and my number 3 anticipated game was a success. I just received this game too and already played it. You kind of see it sticking out right over there by my stocking.
Oh, yeah.
This is Unmatched Adventures Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In fact, we just played it last week. And we had, or in this case, when you hear it on the audio side, 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
It was my pick. I'm like, it just came in on Tuesday. I had it already, and we played it because I know Gamehead Geek really wanted to get it played. Damn it, Dom also had it on his shelf, and they were like, yeah. So we went over there, and I really enjoyed this set. I thought it was really neat how they did the foot soldiers and stuff like that, where you're trying to take them out and how they spread out, and Shredder gets more powerful, however much more foot soldiers get there. And then once they become entrenched in a burrow, they become much more difficult to fight. I also like the fact Shredder was actually a menace, but it wasn't that bad, where it's actually doable for a 4-player game, where some of the games we played in regular on match last several hours because we're trying to struggle. This one actually played pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Once we got going, because we were waiting on Gamehead Geek like usual. He'll listen to this and be like, I'm sorry, guys. I really enjoyed how the characters played, too. I like the fact that Leonardo is the team leader, and he's trying to get you guys set up just right. Be like, hey, one of you guys want to move one space before I start my turn? And then I use Splinter to help transition. I'm like, you're going to move over here, Danny, his Donatello character. I'm going to move over here, and Splinter's going to start the brunt of the attack. This way you can heal up. And by the way, I'll also heal you, because you've been taking a lot of the damage. So I was like, Splinter's going to switch spots with you, and you're going to heal up. I loved Mikey's deck from seeing Gamehead Geek play that one, where it was like, oh, I can only have 3 cards, but if I chain this right, I'll have 6 cards in my hand and to chain those and play. And so that was really neat. Your character was pretty cool.
Yeah, Donatello, he was cool how he worked. It was a lot of like deck manipulation kind of thing.
Yeah, and then I liked with your character too. We made a whole meme in our game. It's like you're just like, I'm gonna do this big. I dinged him for 1.
Yeah. Oh no, I love it. Like I did more damage just on defense alone.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even attack. All I did was just fill my hand with cards and then waited for him to attack me, and I just started pinging him back.
Pink.
Yep.
Pink.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's usually the guy that was standing behind you because you're facing the other villain.
Right.
It was a blast. I did enjoy this one a lot. I want to try the Krang side because I know it's a lot more crazy stuff that happens, but it looks really neat. I did get to play it, so I'm quite happy about that.
Very good. All right, that was our
number 3. You haven't
number
done your
3.
3
Yep.
yet. Have you done
So I have not.
Okay.
My number 3. So this is a tentative one, but currently right now it's pretty good. I won't officially know until the very last day of the year as how this works, because I said that throughout the year I wanted to replay as many games from my collection as I play new titles. Because I found the previous year I was playing a lot of new games, and I thought, well, I got to justify the games that I have in my collection, right? So my goal is to replay as many games as I get new titles. So I've been keeping track of every single game that I played, if it was brand new to me, or if it was one that I had previously played before.
Equilibrium is what we were calling it?
My Equilibrium, yes. And so currently, as of right now, when I checked the listing earlier, I had played 268 new titles this year so far. Again, this is the 8th of December, so there's still more time. Take a guess how many replays I've done.
275.
268 on the dot.
Nice.
I have exactly the same number for each. Now, granted, there's times where like I'll be demoing games at the comic shop. Maybe I forgot to list one of those, but I mean, it's within a half dozen easily. Yeah. Like it is right on par. I've been justifying a lot of the games replay on my list, and it got me thinking now that like the games that I hadn't touched from my collection, why aren't I bringing them out? Right? Like I'm having an incentive to replay my games. Why aren't I replaying these? Like, I need to consider that for, upcoming trades, right? It's like, if I'm not touching this game, why do I have it?
Why are you keeping it on your shelf? Yeah.
So that's some stuff that I'm considering. But that is, right now, exactly a success. Now, as far as my anticipated game, I knew I was going to like this already, because I had already played it prior to anticipating it. Because it's from our friends Level 99. This is the horror game.
This is your cheat.
This is my cheat.
Because you already played it.
Because I was looking forward to when it was coming out. Because I only played one character and it's a prototype version of the character. Yeah. So I was like, I'm anticipating to see what it does. Not only have we played it a few times since then. I've got
What do you mean, a few times?
Yeah, a few times. I've only played it a few times since then. But like, even then, I've gotten a chance to be a teacher of this game at an event that Level 9 did at Board Game Geek Con. And, oh man, watching the people go, oh, does this work this way? Yeah. So this works this way too? Yeah. And then, like, that whole thing is like, Like, I got to tell people, like, my favorite thing about the game, I was like, if it sounds completely ridiculous, it's probably right. That's the best ruling of it. Yep. And, oh my goodness, it was silly. I mean, you enjoyed this game a lot.
Yeah, it was... In fact, we don't really do our favorite game of the year. We tend to do our favorite new game to us that we've played.
Sure, yeah.
Usually in April. When we do our end of year kind of stuff. Yeah. So for me, this will probably be on that list because I really did enjoy this one a lot.
It's great. Yeah. It's one that I want to show it to the rest of my family. See, I bet they would like it.
Yeah. No, cool. I'm looking forward to playing this more.
Yep. Spooktacular.
All right. Number 2.
Number 2. That one got right on the nail. All right. My number 2. This was a pretty ambitious goal. I just kind of gave it away. This is a pretty ambitious goal. The Forbidden Gauntlet, as I called it, where you play four Forbidden games. Forbidden Island, Forbidden Desert, Forbidden Sky, and then Forbidden Jungle, back to back using the same character. It's an idea that my son came up with back when there was only 3, and we succeeded. It was like September or something.
It took you a while.
It took us a while. Numerous attempts.
It was Sky that kept...
Forbidden Sky absolutely kept destroying us. And so we finally got it. Like, Island and Desert, we beat it nonstop. There was no problem beating it. And then Forbidden Sky just kept destroying us every single time. I did shuffle, and that's probably the cause, because my son doesn't know how to shuffle. So did
you tell Sora how you and me met?
Oh, no, Sora knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sora knows.
First time he ever taught me a game, Forbidden Island. 2 water rises off the bat.
Yep. Sora knows. Yeah. So, but that was our uphill battle. That's added to the challenge. And Forbidden Sky really doesn't let up. It is the hardest one out of all those by far.
It's my least favorite one too.
Yeah.
I haven't played Jungle, and it's still my least favorite one.
Jungle, I think that would probably be your number 2.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I bet it would be your number 2 because you would probably like how it gives you more options of stuff to do, but it's not as streamlined as the other ones.
Yeah, I like Desert the most. That's my favorite.
Yeah, Desert's my favorite as well. So yeah, Forbidden Gauntlet, it was a success. And then my number 2 anticipated game, we got a chance to play at the Board Game Geek Con this year, Druids of Eudora.
Oh my god!
I forgot that this was on my list.
I didn't
forgot this was even a thing.
I forgot it was on your list. I forgot it was a thing.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing you say this on our podcast, and then I'm like, oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I realized, when I was re-listening to the podcast just to make sure I knew my anticipated games, I was listening, I was like, wait a minute. Huh, okay. I knew about this game because I saw it on Board Game Geek, and I remember distinctly saying, I know nothing about this game.
Yeah.
I just know it's a Stefan Feld game, and it's not in the City Collection, it's a new game.
Yep.
I'm in, right? My number 2 anticipated just because of that noise alone. And we played it, and oh man, it did not disappoint.
Oh no, we had a blast playing this one.
Did.
And to the point, it's on both of our Christmas lists.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Immediately went on our list.
Absolutely. So yeah, lovely game.
All right, my number 2 goal was to have more all-day gaming sessions, and I kind of find that as a success. I've hosted quite a bit. I've made quite a bit of food.
Yeah. I've even hosted one.
You've hosted one, yeah. So we've actually had a good time with this one. I do love doing it. It's not something we can do all the time, but when there's a Sunday free, I would like to do it. Now, one of the goals was also to maybe host another Twilight Imperium Day.
Sure.
We didn't do that, but we did do all-day gaming where we played a lot of good games. Had a blast on it. In fact, we're going to be doing one more here coming towards the end of the year, closer to Christmas, on the 21st, I believe, we call it a Secret Santa. We just give board game gifts to ourselves, basically, because it is literally gifts to ourselves, because the games I give him, I'm probably going to end up getting played, or the games I give Dom, or Bryce, or whoever we get for our Secret Santa kind of thing. It's and that's what happened with us last year, you and me, the first 2 years we did this, got each other twice.
Yeah. And maybe it'll be a third. We don't know yet.
Yeah. Well, it won't be the 3rd year in a row, because last year I got someone different, but it could be the 3rd out of the 4 years we've done this.
That's true.
It's so crazy, but I enjoy doing this one. I know for a fact we're going to end up playing those games. I don't know about that day, but they're eventually going to come back to the game group, and it's ooh, he put that on his list. I hope he brings that to our game, that kind of thing.
I'll tell you, if we do that all-day gaming thing, I'm bringing 12 Rivers. I tell you, that's going to happen.
Another one on our list that we played at Board Game Geek Con, honestly, wasn't even on our list. I don't know if it was on yours, but it wasn't on mine. I knew nothing about it, and then we played it, and we're like, oh, this is ridiculously good.
So good.
All right, but yes, I do consider it a success. We have played a lot of it. We have the Secret Santa coming up, so there's an additional one there. So we had a blast playing this one, or doing the... I love playing the all-day gamings. We just did one yesterday.
Yeah.
I only got to play 4... I was there only for 4 hours, but I got to play 4 games in those hours, so... And then my number 2 anticipated game, did not get to play this. There was only one copy of it at the Hot Tables list, and every now and then I would see a copy of it out in the wild, but I don't even think it's in the States right now, except I think they Board Game Geek Con brought this over from Essen. Okay. This is believe it's Board and Dice. This is Coming of Age from Danny Garcia. This is a coming of age story game where you're doing choices as you're going through the game and coming to that age. It's really 80s, 90s nostalgia aspect of it. It's the game of life for gamers in a sense. It always intrigues me. I like Danny Garcia games. He's not as streamlined as I would like him to be, but I love Barcelona. I did love Windmill Valley. I enjoyed that weird other one that we played, Arborea, I think is what it's called. But yeah, no, it is a fantastic game that I enjoyed. I haven't seen it in the wild. If you like that kind of theme, I also recommend Adulthood from Brotherwise Games. That will give you that same kind of itch, but not as heavy or gamery.
Yeah, it's not as heavy or gamery, but it is very silly.
Yeah, but yeah, Coming of Age. Haven't seen it in the States. Maybe it's just coming out now. But I do want to try this one out.
Very good. And Sora, have a good night, okay? All right, on to our number ones.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
All right. My number one gaming goal is a partial success, and I'll tell you why. My goal was to work on my pile of shame that's right over there. I said I wanted to knock down 30 games off that list. Well, guess what? I've done over 40 off that list. And I did hit the 30 that was previously on that list when it was on that shelf of shame. But if you notice, it hasn't got that much different on that stack over there.
Right.
And that's because I keep adding to it, and that is a me problem. But I have gotten to the point where I am playing more of those games, and it's a one in, one out kind of situation. So it's making me decide if I'm going to keep this game, then what has to go out of this collection. Yes. It's making me make that decision a lot quicker. And so I have worked through it. I've actually hit 40 games that was originally on that shelf. You've helped me with a couple, several of them actually, and then my other game group helps me. Like one of them that was on the shelf of shame was this one right here. Alibis, got that played.
Alibis is cool.
I did enjoy that one. So like I said, it's a partial success because I did hit the 30 games. In fact, I think I hit 38 or 40, something like that. But then I just added another 30 or 40 to the list here and there. I'm going to add some more if I'm getting games that I haven't played yet but are on my list in my Secret Santa or for my wife, like Coming of Age.
Yep.
Those kind of things. But yeah, oh man. I have done a lot of work and I have played a lot of games. A lot of that 283 games or something like that I said came from this Shelf of Shame. It was just the problem was a lot of that came from this Shelf of Shame was immediately the new ones rather than the ones that have been sitting on that Shelf of Shame.
And the collection was a one in, one out. So if you introduce one, you had to take one out.
Yeah.
The Shelf of Shame was one out, you put one back in.
One back in, yeah. It was one in, one out over there, too.
Yeah, right?
And my last one is for anticipated games. I'm a Stonemaier fan. We all know this. My number one game was Vantage that I was anticipated for. Yeah. I did play this one, and I enjoyed the mess out of this one. In fact, only Spooktacular could really give this a run for its money of my favorite games that came out of 2025. I really do enjoy this one. I've played it several times. I need still try it solo. I love the fact that it's a one and done kind of thing. I don't have to keep worrying about it being a campaign, and I still get a little information every time I play it, and I'm like, oh, I've seen this one before. I'm going to try this decision, and it's a whole different thing that you can do. I like the fact that any of the checks you do are successes no matter what. It's just how much time you spent on it. Yeah. So you progress the story, and whether you fail or lose, you got a little bit more information next time you run into the simulation, if you want to call it like that. I think the artwork is fantastic. It is a crap ton of cards. There's really very little cardboard in this game. And it's basically just the board to tell you these are the dice you can use. And until you reset, all these dice are still locked on the cards. Yep. But I love the art of it. I love the story of it. I've enjoyed the mess out of this game. Even though the rules are very abstracted in a sense, it's like, oh, I don't know. And they did that for a reason because they want you to explore. You're not going to win this game all the time, but you're basically telling a different story every time you go in there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're going to win. Sometimes you're going to epically win. Sometimes you're going to fail, but then you're like, well, I don't care I lost because that was amazing. Yeah, I know I should be progressing the story, but I want to go look at that thing over there.
But what's that? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I really do enjoy Vantage a lot.
Cool. And I'm going to start with my number one anticipated game because I haven't played it yet. And it's 2001: A Space Odyssey. Now, hear me out. I own it. I have it on my Shelf of Shame. It is a Phil Walker Harding game.
It just recently came out, too.
It did just recently come out. The reason I haven't played it, though, it's a 3-player minimum cooperative game from Phil Walker Harding. I can get a 2-player Phil Walker Harding game played no problem, right? But playing a 3-player is a little trickier, especially with our group. It would have to be specifically my pick, probably. I would have to bring it over.
Is it 3-player only?
No, 3-player minimum.
Okay, so
it's like 3 to 5, I think.
Okay, no, I was just like, if it was
doable.
3-player only, yeah, that would be ridiculously hard to do. Because sometimes there's 4 on our game nights.
Right, exactly. No, we should be able to with 3 or 4, but not on a 2-player, which is normally when we knock out those Phil Walker Harding games, right? You know, or when I could bring them to a restaurant. This one is a little bit bigger than that. It can't fit in a restaurant. So yeah, there's that reason, but it's on my Shelf of Shame. It might still happen. With that being said, though, my number one gaming goal was to go to a new convention this year. Well, I had never been to before. I missed going to the conventions. The previous year I hadn't been able to go to any of them. We used to be Gamma regulars. We were known there. We just couldn't go anymore just because of their location and our proximity. We're pretty far away now.
It's not even just the location, the proximity too. It's the time frame too, because you are a school teacher.
Yep, exactly. So if it's not in a good schedule for me, and it's in a time of the year and it's at a distance that's far enough away where it just causes problems. Hey, Creative Chaos, and it's overall not great. And so I was kind of bummed about it. So I was like, I got to go to another convention. And then we saw the opening for BGG-Con in Dallas, Texas, which is drivable for us. Long drive.
10 hours.
10 hours. But that's no different than Gamma when it was first started in Vegas. That's a 10-hour drive from here.
I find it funny that you're like, oh, it's a little long. I'm like, we did Reno all the time. That was 17 hours. Louisville's only a few hours more than that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was doable. Where they're at now, nope.
That's a minimum 30-hour drive.
Yeah, it's Baltimore.
It's not possible for where we are at. So when it comes back west hopefully eventually, maybe we'll start going regulars again. But BGG-Con, absolutely incredible convention. Check out our episode previous for that. Mm-hmm. And the 6 out of 8 gaming goals. How'd you do?
My gaming goals, I hit 1, 2, 3. Hold on, let me do it this way. 7.
7 out of 8. Yeah.
7 out of 8, and then I had 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, wrong one. 1.
I had 6 out of 8 anticipated games played as well.
2. I've had 3 of my 8, but half of the games I had on this list haven't even arrived yet.
Yeah, so that's not your fault.
Yeah, so there's only 2 games that I have not played that I do have or is in the area that I could play, and that's the Baldur's Gate one, or the Builders of Baldur's Gate, and Legacy of Flame. Those are the only 2. Coming of Age still hasn't really arrived in America. Like I said, I've only seen 2 copies, and both of those were at BGG-Con. So yeah, other than that, I did pretty decent.
Yeah, well, certainly. I mean, I'd say overall this is an overall success for both anticipated and gaming goals. And it's cool because, we'll go into the whole year as a whole, at the end of the year, and talk about, what we think about it, some of our favorite games from it.
Yeah, that's the bonus episode that the people are going to get. Is
that's right.
The recap of the year, basically our statistics and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So
for those stat nerds, look forward to that.
Oh, that'll be lots of numbers, lots of math. You look forward to it. So we want to thank you for tuning in. If you ever want to email us directly, we have an email address, everydayboardgames2020@gmail.com. Sorry, everydayboardgames2020@gmail.com. Email us for ideas for future episodes, just to say hi, or enter a contest that we happen to be running at the time. Also, we have an Instagram, instagram.com/everydayboardgames. Follow us there so you can see all the silly games that Daniel and I have been playing, and the random other posts that I tend to post.
Yep. And then all video re-uploads and reviews are found under youtube.com/@everydayboardgames. And if you like what we do, there are 3 things you can do to help us grow on that platform. Subscribe if you're not, like the video, and comment down below and tell us your thoughts on the subject.
We also stream our episodes live at twitch.tv/everydayboardgames. Make sure you follow us there so that you're notified when we stream live. We love it when people join in on the conversation, like our friend Sora and Crate joining us right at the end here, and anybody else who was lurking in the background.
And all audio versions can be found on most podcast platforms under Everyday Board Games Podcast. This includes Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, and Apple.
So we want to thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I've been your host, Daniel.
And I've been your host, Daniel.
And we want to thank you for listening to Everyday Board Games.
And remember, every day is a good day for board gaming. And happy Hanukkah, happy holidays.